how's it going? I know it's been a little while since you've seen me. I have been very busy with all the end of the school year stuff with the kids. My youngest graduated kindergarten. It was so sweet and precious. I loved it. It was great. So we've just been busy with all that. But I do have an awesome, beautiful, stunning, very, very special step-by-step tutorial coming up for you very soon. I'm in the making of it right now. But this video was just to be a little shorter, just to talk about some of your sealant questions. I get asked all the time, what do I prefer, brush on versus spray, and what brand, and so forth. So I wanted to hopefully address some of those questions and answer some of those for you. Also, I have 9,000 subscribers, so it's time for a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2 full sets of dotting tools and one of my stencils. So if you're interested in how to go about winning or entering my giveaway, stay tuned. We will discuss that at the end of this video. Okay, and one more thing I wanted to discuss also with you was something that I don't really hear much about at all in the dotting community. It's called an isolation coat. It would be something that you would want to apply to something that you want to last, you know, to prolong the life of your piece. So maybe it's something that you're selling, or something that you find valuable, you're proud of, or you want to pass it down through the generations, stuff like that. So I'm actually going to show you how to apply an isolation coat, and we'll talk about what it is that I use, and that you need to use, and stuff like that. Now, these are my opinions, and my opinions may not work for you. You may not agree with me, so, you know, to each their own. But for now, let's go ahead and pan down and start the different isolation coat and the sealant. So, all right, let's go ahead and show you how to do an isolation coat on a painting. This is what you're going to need. It's the Golden brand. Now, I believe you can use, you know, other things, but this is the brand that I got. It's the soft gel, and I got the gloss. So, Golden soft gel gloss. What this does is it bonds to the paint. Like, it becomes one with the paint. All right? Now, you do dilute this. This stuff is a little pricey. I wouldn't normally, you know, just cover everything with it, but I am just going to show you on here. This will prolong the life of your painting. So it becomes one with the paint, and so it's a layer that goes between the painting and the varnish. Okay, so then when eventually in time, if your varnish yellows, say, you can actually remove the varnish without affecting the painting. It will be perfectly fine to take off the varnish as long as you have an isolation coat, and then they can revarnish it or whatever. Okay, so that's what an isolation coat is. So it's for special pieces. All right, so this is how you go about it. And I found these little tubs. I don't know where I was. Probably the dollar store, something like that. Michael's or one of those. So you just open it up, and you're going to do 2 parts of the soft gel gloss to 1 part water. I use distilled water because it is the purest. You don't want bubbles, so you want to be gentle here when mixing. This might take a minute, and it's probably going to get bubbles. Hopefully just not a ton of them. Anyway, I think I'm going to use the brush part. Ideally, you want to let this sit for 24 hours and make sure there are no bubbles at all. And with a piece that I found to be more valuable, I would absolutely do that. This is pretty much just a practice piece to show you guys how to go about doing this if you're interested in something like this. Okay, so take my brush. It's a little chunky, but I don't think that's going to matter very much. And you're just going to brush it on. And you really want to avoid going back over a section. I mean, go ahead and smooth it out. Actually, they say to go with the lines of the painting, you know, the natural flow of the painting. But this stuff apparently it dries at a pretty quick rate. And in that case, you wouldn't want to keep going over the dry spots because you want it just to dry. Hopefully there won't be any big major streaks, but that's what this is all about. All right. Now, if this was a large painting, you know, I could definitely see how you wouldn't want to, you know, start on one end of a 16 by 20 and then, you know, work your way down and then go back to that top part because you know it's going to be drying by then. So this piece right here, yeah, it's tiny. So I'm not that worried about going back over it. But all right, that looks pretty good. Okay. So that's basically it. That's your isolation coat. If you have any left over, definitely cap it and save it for your other projects, sorry. Because this is, like I said, it's not cheap stuff. It's not. It really wasn't. But it's worth it for the pieces that, you know, say you're going to sell or whatever, because you don't want to sell somebody something that's just going to ruin out in the elements or in time. So there you go. There is an isolation coat for you. Done right there. Let this dry for anywhere, I don't know, you'll be able to see when it's dry, 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. You can apply several coats. It is not necessary, but you can if you want to. And then I would wait at least 24 hours, if not longer, to apply a varnish after your isolation coat. So, I hope that was helpful. Sure does make it look pretty. All right. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Okay, so this is one of my pendants. I use the same thing for stones. You know what? As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and coat a stone while we're at it. So this is how I go about coating my stones or pretty much anything. I use this Minwax polyacrylic, and you have to pry it open, and then you get, I got my jar of larger paintbrushes here. This is what I use to coat things with, so, or to prep my canvases. So anyway, you just take your brush and you just get a little bit. You don't need to go crazy with it. And then you're just going to brush it on. And I try to be kind of gentle because of the fact that you can get bubbles. So I don't like to shake it or anything before I open it. I would prefer to stir it gently. And then I just kind of take off the excess and just, there we go, just like that. That's pretty much it for right now. Okay. And then I'll set that right there to dry, somewhere where it's not touching anything else. So I will put a link in this video's description on how to find my Etsy shop. That's where you can find my stencils for sale. You'll be able to find my pendants. All of my artwork I will be putting in there, adding to it on the daily. So if you're interested in anything I've ever created, then definitely go check out my Etsy shop. Same with this thing here. I will just dip it a little tiny bit and then just brush it on. And then I will do the back as well. And then I've already pre-drilled a hole in these right there so that I can hang it on a string, and then I can just let it hang. And okay, here I just wanted to show you what it looks like all dry. Here I've got 2 coats of the gel gloss medium on there. And this is actually before varnish. And then this one has now a few coats of the gel gloss medium and also a varnish on it. So you can see it's nice and shiny, minimal brush strokes, and it's ready to go. Okay, so that's about it. Nothing too complicated, nothing too crazy. So again, I prefer the polyacrylic by Minwax brand. I have the clear gloss. You can also get it in a semi-gloss, and you can also get it in matte, but that's just what I prefer. You may not like a brush on a spray, may be a lot easier for you, and if that's the case, then go right ahead. The fumes are a lot less in this. I don't even really smell fumes at all. I love this stuff. So, and then again, for the isolation coat, it's the golden soft gel gloss. I haven't tried the other brands, so I can't vouch for them, but the golden is the way to go for me. And distilled water. It's 2 parts of the golden soft gel gloss to 1 part of water. Again, mix gently. If it gets bubbles, let it sit. Let the bubbles pop for at least a day or so before you use it on your beautiful painting. And then for the giveaway, so a stencil and a complete set of dotting tools. If you want to enter for this video, you will get a chance to win 1 set. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe. And for the other chance, you will find the other opportunity on my Instagram page. And there'll be directions on a post over there. You'll see it. I will put a link to my Instagram page in this video's description below. So check that out. And until next time, guys, see ya.